Cambodia. For centuries, the country has had a rich history in the arts, dance, performance, but most notably, music. Music played a prominent role in society since the Angkorian era, where it reached its peak in society as shown through ancient tapestries and temple carvings during the 9th to 15th century. There are traces of Chinese, Indian, and Hindu influences in traditional music. But then, it all changed during the Khmer regime in 1975. This moment in Cambodian history was meant to spark a new era of authoritarianism, ideology, and lifestyle, known as Year Zero. The effects of the regime left a permanent scar on the country's citizens and arts. An estimated amount of over 90% of teachers, artists, musicians, dancers, and instrument makers were killed or driven out of the country. The effects of the genocide can still be felt today, but a new age of music is arising, and traditional forms of music are being revived once again. Instruments and ensembles. The Pinpiet Ensemble, a collection of instruments incorporated with wind and percussion-based instruments. It is most well-known and prominent amongst Khmer culture. Mainly played during religious ceremonies, these ensembles or forms are the frameworks for traditional music, similar to how Western culture has its own musical styles. Mahari is another popular form of traditional music. These ensembles are played at banquets accompanying folk dances or playing at concerts. It is separated from religion and is purely based for entertainment. Instruments such as kloi, dro'o, runiet, skor, and ching are implemented in these arrangements, considered to be softer sounding instruments. Cambodia's most famous musicians that have forever affected and influenced the culture with their music have engraved their legacy for generations to come. Their work changed the music scene during their time and even today. Artists like Sin Si Samut, with his powerful lyrics and incredible voice. He has even starred in several movies with King Sihanouk. He is one of, if not the most iconic Cambodian musicians. Tere Ro Satir, with her angelic and inspiring singing, was best known for her romantic ballads and experimentation with psychedelic rock tones. Their time was known as the Golden Age, a time during the 60s and 70s when the arts flourished, supported by King Sihanouk. On my exploration of Khmer traditions, I needed more first-hand understanding from a primary source into the practice of Khmer arts. I was able to gain more insight into traditional music through an interview with Ms. Sapilin Chiam Shapiro, a traditional dance teacher with knowledge on all things Khmer culture.
My name is Sapilin Chiam Shapiro, and I am a dancer, a teacher, a choreographer, a founder and artistic director of Sapilin Art Ensemble. Exists based in Phnom Penh. It's a dance company, Cambodian classical dance company based in Phnom Penh that I work with. Right now is about 8 dancers and also about 7 musicians and singers. So as a classical dancer, I started my training in 1981. This is when right after the Khmer Rouge was over. The Khmer rule was over in 1979, and I started my training at the School of Fine Art in 1981. So, as part of the training of the dance, music play an important role in accompanying the dance. So, in classical dance, music that accompany Cambodian classical dance is Banpiet music or Cambodian classical music. In this tradition, in this orchestra, Cambodian music genre, we have two xylophones. One is called Roniet Ai, which is a teak xylophone, higher pitched xylophone. The second one is the Roniet Thong, which is a lower pitch and maybe a bass xylophone. Two gongs, circle gongs, small gong, but arrange it in circle, and that's called gong thom, which is a bass gong, and gong tot, which is a higher pitched gong. And we have two sralai. Sralai is a double reed oboe, and that the musician uses circular breathing in order to play that instrument. And we have two of them. One is sralai tot, and the other one is sralai thom, the higher pitch and the lower pitch sralai. And we also have drums, the big drums. We have two of them, a pair of big drums, and then we have that's called skol thom, and then the other one is a double head drums. We call it sampo, and sampo play an important role in the giving the dancer, signaling the dancer rhythm. So sampo, to a certain melodies like satuka, is a piece that play at the beginning, the very beginning of a Sampyakru ceremony. Sampyakru means teacher's spirit, or paying respect to the spirit of the dance, the spirit of the teacher. But in this ceremony, Satuka start the ceremony inviting the spirit of the teacher, the spirit of the dance, to come to the practice place, to the theater, and receive the offering, the burning of the incense and candle, and offering of flowers and fruit to them. And in return, they will bless the teachers, the students that are practicing and performing the dance today. And so, music give me as a dancer, or signal the dancer the rhythm, and that's why in this ceremony the teacher or the student also place their burn incense onto the sampo, onto the double head drums, to pay respect to I guess we consider that the drums is symbolize the teacher, Lukta himself, that Lukta dwell in the drums, and that's why we place the incense and offer the offering of fruit and flower to the drums.
What separates Khmer music and arts in general from other cultures?
So, music to me helped me. Music in the dance tell the rank of the character, the mood of the character, and sometimes also help with singing as well, because singing use melody. And usually in Cambodian classical dance, you have the music to bring to accompany the character onto the stage, and then the singing, which follow the singing is follow poetry that's sung in melody. That's also important to tell what is the dancer is about to do, the situation, the mood, to the audience, or to among dancers themselves, so among characters. So dancers or character communicate with each other through the lyric, with the music as well. And so music play a very important role in the performance of Cambodian classical dance.
And what makes Cambodian music different and special from other cultures in music?
Cambodian music has many genres. So we have the Ben Viet genre, and we have the Arab genre, we have the Mahari genre, we have the folk genre, and we have the popular like rock type of music for social dancing. And we have music that accompany almost every phase of life. So for example, when someone is being born, then there is a ceremony to welcome the person onto the world. So music play as part of that ritual. And then when people marry, so then playing ka, playing Prapayani, will be accompany the wedding. And when someone is, and for all this ritual in Buddhist ritual or a Buông Suông ceremony, Buông Suông means praying. So in this ceremony, Buddhist ceremony, we also play the music to accompany the ritual as well. And so, and then when someone passes away in a funeral, there is a part of music as well. So there is a music that accompanies that ritual as well. So you could see that ritual music play an important role in Cambodian life, everyday life, as well as in Cambodian culture. So how does our music different from other? I want to talk about similar first. I think that in Southeast Asia, we see that Cambodian music, Thai, Laotian music are very similar in the tone, in the way we use the instrument, and how we use melody. Even some melodies are similar as well. But I also see that the use of the xylophone is also used in Indonesian gamelan. So Indonesian gamelan has many type of xylophone and gong. And so Burmese, the music, classical music from Myanmar, is also using circle gong and drums, but they have circle drums. So that's very different, but at the same time, there are certain things that is the same between different nations in Southeast Asia. I think that for a younger generation to appreciate Cambodian music is to look at Cambodian music as important and as Cambodian music that reflects Cambodian talents, Cambodian creativity, and Cambodian intellect. And so Cambodian of many generations create this music not out of nothing. We use our talent and intellects and our creativity to make it. And so this is what our music is as important and as valued, and we as Cambodians should be very proud of.